Saturday night. By Saturday night, well, tropical waves keep coming and going, but you have this system that looks promising. Even despite strong winds, that's going to hinder the system. Any chances of further development? Upper level trough, just located on the eastern side of North America. Upper level high still there with tropical wave. That's located here. Then we move on to see what's going on for Sunday night. So by Sunday night, there still will be a system that'll keep on moving, and winds are going to be strong, and there's still going to be a formation just located in the center of the Atlantic with an upper level high there, a trough on the eastern part of the U.S. Then we move on to Monday night. There is a tropical system that could form, and it'll get stronger even with those strong winds aloft as it makes its way towards the Windward Islands. And then we see what happens on Tuesday night. By Tuesday night, folks, this system will head straight for the Windward Islands, and there is a bit of a large but weak tropical system just northeast of the Windward Islands. In a weak trough, it's going to be in place throughout the southeast. And by next Wednesday, we do have a hurricane that could go through the Windward Islands, and a tropical system could become a tropical storm just northeast of Puerto Rico. Yet upper level winds become stagnant aloft, just located on northwestern Africa. And weaker trough that's happening throughout the eastern part of the U.S., particularly in the southeast. But for the sake of things, let's just go along with it and just play further. So we got next Thursday night, system moves in, crosses through the Windward Islands, becomes slightly weaker. Then you have system right here that's still going to be weak, but it's still a tropical system. Then we move on to next Friday night. It's going to hit Puerto Rico. It loses its strength, though. And it loses strength, the one that's northeast of Puerto Rico, though. And the trough becomes somewhat stronger. Then the system gets weaker, gets crushed. As it makes its way towards Hispaniola, then the system gets shredded. And this low just sticks around northeast of Puerto Rico. And then next Sunday night, the system dissipates, gets ultimately weaker, and becomes almost history. And another system also gets weaker. And then by then it's and then this system looks like as though not much is going to happen. But although it is promising, but right now it's still too early in the ball game, folks. So while the models do indicate that that whatever's coming out of Africa right now, it's going to get stronger, but only time will tell whether if it's going to go through the Windward Islands and then weakens overall going into later next week, or it'll end up going just north of the Windward Islands and north of the Caribbean, yet gather strength and see what happens, whether if it's going to make landfall in the U.S. or not. All right. Now let's check the National Hurricane Center, and it looks like as though that... hold on a minute, folks. In the next 48 hours, there's a 40% chance of development, and within the next 7 days, 80% chance of development And that's as of 1:47 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. But we'll see what happens, folks, going forward. I mean, right now it's too early in the ball game. I mean, right now it's on its way towards the Windward Islands, but we'll see what happens in the next few days once the forecasts have improved. Hold on a minute, folks. Again, all right, I'm back, but I have to remind myself that it's time to go back here. Yeah, this is the time that I am going to go further with the 3 day forecast, starting off with temperature, dew point, CAPE, and radar reflectivity. All right, so now let's focus on using the short range model, which is the regional model, folks. So now let's go here and start off with temperature. Okay, so right now, where are the warm lows? The warm lows, they are located in Florida and southern Texas. Oh, let's not forget about Arizona and parts of California and the southeastern part of the state. And where are the cold lows? They're in the Rockies. The Colorado Rockies, Wyoming Rockies, and deep cold in the northern plains, upper Mississippi Valley, and the Great Lakes region. All because of this cold front. By tomorrow night, where is the heat? The heat is located in the lower Mississippi Valley, Texas, the southern plains, parts of the desert Southwest, California, and the Pacific Northwest. Where are the cold highs? The cold highs, they are in the upper Mississippi Valley, the Dakotas, and parts of the Great Lakes region too. Now for the morning, for Friday morning, we're in the warm lows. They're in Florida, Texas, the lower Mississippi Valley. Okay, parts of the desert Southwest. Chilly lows, they're in the Rockies, the northern plains, parts of the Great Lakes region, and the interior parts of the Northeast, right along the lake shores, folks. Yep, it's time to say goodbye to summer, folks. It's sad. So, by Friday night, where's the heat? It's located throughout much of the South, except for much of Oklahoma. And still plenty of heat left over. That's going to go up until you reach New York. And there's plenty of heat to go around throughout the West Coast and parts of the Great Basin. Saturday morning, where are the warm lows? They're in parts of Florida. They are along the Gulf Coast, lower Mississippi Valley, parts of the desert Southwest. Now, where are the freezing. Now, where are the cold lows? They start from the parts of the Great Basin, all the way, as well as the entire Rockies, the entirety of the Great Plains, the Great Lakes region. Oh boy, very cold, very, very, very cold. Finally, where are the warm highs? Where's the heat? The Gulf Coast, all the way up until you get to New York. Now, where's more heat in parts of California, the interior parts of west, like the Great Basin, parts of the Great Basin, Desert Southwest, leeward side of the Cascades. Hold on a minute, folks. All right, now let's talk about humidity. Hold on a minute. The humidity, where is it? Well, hold on. There is a lot of humidity throughout the Gulf Coast, but there's also more humidity throughout the southern plains, the Ohio Valley, and, hold on a minute, and as well as much of the East Coast, and the Desert Southwest as well, and the Pacific Northwest. Tomorrow night, well, there's going to be plenty of humidity throughout the Gulf Coast, the southern plains, the Missouri River Valley, the Ohio Valley, lower Mississippi Valley, the eastern seaboard, desert Southwest, and the coastal Pacific Northwest. Now, what about Friday morning? By Friday morning, there's going to be plenty of humidity throughout much of the South and the East Coast, the desert Southwest, and coastal part of the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, it does get drier. Yeah, in the interior parts of the country, particularly in the northern plains, the northern Rockies. Yeah, it's all because you have a lot of cold air that's moving in, and reality is starting to set in for a lot of us folks. Now, for Friday night, there's going to be plenty of humidity throughout much of the South and the East Coast, the desert Southwest, and the coastal part of the West Coast. Now, what about Saturday morning? By Saturday morning, there's going to be plenty of humidity throughout the Gulf Coast, the Southeast, Tennessee, the East Coast, Desert Southwest, and the West Coast. And as for Saturday night, there's going to be a lot of humidity throughout the Gulf Coast, the Southeast, all the way up until Maine, Desert Southwest, and parts of the West Coast. Alright, and now let's talk about Cape. Where's the Cape? Cape, 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 Cape! I need the Cape! But the little woman from The Incredibles said, "No capes." In here, we do need capes, but maybe her definition, yes. But my definition, we need capes. Okay, so where's the cape for tomorrow morning? Gulf Coast, desert Southwest and the